I have a lot going on in the studio as usual. I'm going to work on this painting a bit. I started it. It's large. I'm not exactly sure how big this canvas is. I'll find that out. But this is basically an underlayer, I think. I'm not sure where I am on it. It's meant to be, it's going to be a floral with a bunny. Inspired by this bunny. I don't know, can you see that? Hopefully you can see that. Inspired by this bunny, although of course you can't really see, it's not there anywhere. This is just the background, and I want to work on this a bit with you today. I need to add some greens. If it's going to be a floral, it has to have some greens in it, and yeah, I don't know. This might be like the first layer of many. I'm not really sure. There's some collage bits in here. These are some papers that were my brother's that I have collaged on, and I like them. Who knows if they'll stay? I don't know. It might just get painted over, but we'll work on this. We'll add some greens. I also need to add some darks, and I'm hesitant to do it because that's when it really starts to get kind of muddy, but we'll work on that. I did redo my palette in the last 2 weeks, and so I'm going to drop a video in and you can see the redoing of my palette. I hadn't painted for several months and a few things went dry, but not as many as I thought. And so we will definitely be doing that, and I'll show you everyone's usually interested in the acrylic palette that I use, and so I build it all for you and swatch it, and so that's great. I've been busy working on those little canvas necklaces, and I'll show you that maybe, and mostly let's just paint together, right? So good to be back. So I haven't painted for 4 months really. And so I'm having to, this is my palette that I use, it's all acrylic paint. I'm gonna test what's dry and then put in new paint. It's such a shame, but it just happened and I can't beat myself up about it, but I need to test, and I'm gonna do it on this. So I'm gonna move this a little bit so you can kind of see both. I'm gonna test each color, see how dry it is, and and then I'll work to put new paint in. It lasts pretty good. It just, 4 months of not painting is a long time. This looks okay, actually. This green, this looks all right. So some of them might be okay. They might, mostly be okay. This green also seems okay. Not. So the blue is like, you can't even, it's like plastic. I mean, it is plastic. Acrylic paint has like plastic qualities. So the blue needs to be replaced. So I'm going to just put that over on this side of my desk, and that's okay, right? That's all right. That's what the test is for. This is some yellow ochre. It's like a mix. This is plastic, and there's a little bit in there that's kind of okay, but I think for the most part that's pretty dead. So I think we're going to redo this. It's a color I use a lot. This is Payne's Gray. That seems all right. I can kind of test it. Now I'm seeing I have to kind of test it all over. But that looks all right. This purple. Diazidone purple or something like that, I think. That looks great. Yay. So 4 months of not using it. It has been closed a couple of times. I opened it up. Okay, this is completely, that's hard. So that's not good. What do we got here? The pink's all right. That's a made color. with whatever red I have and some white. I use so much of it that I go ahead and make it. Magenta is okay. This yellow is just a mess, but let's stir it up. Stir on the edges. Seems all right. Yeah, seems okay. It doesn't bother me that they get dirty. I use the same palette for every painting, so it's all right if they get a little, they're not perfect. It doesn't bother me. This is a brown. Yeah, that looks okay too. There's not much in there. We might add some, so I think for some of these, I just need to add some paint. This, I believe, yeah, this is also just completely, like you can kind of get paint on it, but it is mostly just a big thing of plastic. So I'm gonna redo that one. This is black. I don't use that often anymore. I usually make a black, but sometimes it's nice just to add the black to other things to make greens. That seems fine. My white is pretty dirty. Let's mix that up a little bit. Looks okay. Just need to really add some white to it. It's not perfect, but I'm not, like I said, not worried about that. This is like a off-white. I used to make this color, but I use it so frequently that I went ahead and bought it. This is a heavy body. Everything else I don't think is heavy body. I think this is the only one that's actually heavy body. But it looks fine. Yeah, it looks really good. Let's try these little guys. Felt like these were dry. But, oh no, well, I really just need more paint in it. I'll just add more paint. Yeah. And this is a fluorescent pink. Not something I use that frequently, but when I do, it's fun. Yeah, that looks fine too. Just sort of mix that up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, looks pretty good. A lot of paint on there after mixing. Ooh. Let's add some paint. Let me get 4 new containers and we will put the bright paint in there and add some paint to some of these that are empty. These are all, is this the same size? Make sure it's the same size. Yeah. These are pudding cups, which I save, and that's why, because I use them for this. All right, we'll start with the yellow ochre. Let me get, what's the best thing to put it in? Sort of like these tongue depressor things. And so maybe I can pour it in. Let's see if we can pour it in first. Oh yeah. Surprised this dried up, but I don't know the properties of all the paint, right? I don't know like the mineral components or, why something would dry up and something else wouldn't. But it's nice that most of them made it. Let's see. These are all Nova color paints, the brand Nova. I like them. I also like Liquitex. I like Golden. Yeah, that looks great. Okay. this is so ultramarine blue. When this runs out, I'm going to get cobalt, but I haven't bought cobalt because I have this still. I try not to just buy paint, you know. The red is a pyrrole red. Which Golden stopped carrying, so I'll be curious if they continue with it. Ooh, that is a little gloppier. There's no exact science to this. I'm just trying to not waste paint. I mean, I say that and I'm having to, like, you know, throw out paint because it wasn't used. Okay, pyrrole. Let's see. How I set up this palette is, let's see, blues, red. Okay, this is this green color. Do I have that still? Oh yeah, so it's blue-green. I usually add white to this. Oh, this looks like it needs to be stirred up in here. I used to just dip right in here before I had this whole palette situation. So let me stir that. Okay, if I can. Yeah. All right. Now let's add a little bit of more. Oh, I think I have some like red ribbon. Yeah, or something. That was interesting. That was in this paint. Let's see. Can you see that? I don't know what that is. Oh, I do. When I opened the red container, that was a piece of that. Okay. Dealt with that. Let's add a little bit more of that green, a little bit more of that green, some brown, and some more white. Let's see. This green gold is in here. I'll go ahead and put a little bit more of that and that. This is Jenkins green. That's what that green is. And these are heavy body golden. And this is transparent brown oxide, which I use to like kind of muddy colors up a little bit. Got that. And then let's see if there's, I know that this is just a Liquitex Basics. This paint is fine, by the way. If you're like new to painting with acrylic, or even if you're not, this paint is actually pretty okay, has great coverage. I have been happy with this paint. I would buy that paint. Let's see. This isn't very full. This is the white. Ooh. Oh, gosh. Okay. Oh, goodness. Oh, I just made a tremendous mess. Let me see what I can do to remedy that. I don't know. For all of you people with like super clean studios, you're probably like, oh my God, that is such a mess. Yes. Agreed. Agreed. We all agree. It is. Okay. Now let's see if we can, is there any that we can pour? That would be great. Might not be able to. Might have to actually just like use this. Granted, maybe after I clean that off. Ugh. It's created, oh, like, yeah, it's created like a paint seal around it. I don't like paint on my hands any more than anyone else, but it just happens sometimes. Okay. All right. We are going to, I know I have another white, so I'm going to look for that real quick. Close this up. See if I can find that other white. I have another one that's sort of empty. So two. So that might be something that I actually need to purchase. Is some white. Let me look at my shelves one more time. I don't think so. I think I'm going to have to purchase some. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. White is needed. Maybe this is worth it because I could figure out what was needed and what wasn't needed. All right. Put these somewhere where they can dry. Messy. But look. That looks pretty good. I'm going to add a little yellow in there. Let's add, it's a color I use constantly. So, hold on. I'm going to go see if my husband can open it. It took a lot, but he got it open. Looks great. So clean. We can compare it. That's not very clean. That's very clean. I'm going to mix them. Okay, and I'm going to completely wipe off the edge because he couldn't open it. I mean, he did finally open it, but it took everything. He has a very strong grip and it was very hard. So I'm actually gonna like really I think this, oh, yep, see, also has that. Yep, see if we can remove some of that. Oh, the maintenance of a studio is like a lot sometimes and not very sexy. Although some of you might love getting your hands really dirty like this. Maybe this is your jam. Maybe you're like, don't be so prissy. This, it feels like there's paint like in the grooves. Okay, we're gonna put it on and hope for the best. That's what we're gonna do. Hope for the best. Okay. And the yellow is super full. Looks great. Super nice. Okay, let me throw these away. Oh, it looks great. It looks great. Yeah, that is super nice to have done. It makes it feel like I can start painting again. This is what happens. But I had this palette for, gosh, a year, maybe 8 months, and then didn't use it for 4 months. And of course, it looks like a little bit of it dried up, but not very much of it. And we're good to go. Like, I'm ready to paint. So that's exciting. I'm going to start working on a really large canvas. Probably some, I don't know, just gonna paint because I just haven't done it in so long. So this was the first step, and we'll keep going. Also, this is great. This is in the sketchbook, this is kind of what happens, but I love this too. And that's just so cool. Yeah, so cool. All right. More to come. We're going to try this camera angle. Who knows? I have a little bit of green in there, not a lot. And when you do a floral, you actually need quite a bit of green. I'm going to go with this green gold that I have mixed with a little yellow and white to start, which is not a dark green by any means. In fact, it looks more yellow. I think I just got paint in my hair, folks. This white is pretty dried up. Gotta find some more white. I have white in my cart. I just haven't pushed go yet, but I desperately need to because I am almost out. I'm gonna go ahead and order the Nova color again. I priced whites, and the Liquitex white is very expensive and I tend to use quite a bit of it. So let's see, I think just get started with often when I'm doing these kind of paintings, people get nervous because I'm obviously painting over things, but that's part of it. I think the canvas, by the way, is 24 by 30. I'm going to add a little bit of darker green to this and see if we can get a different shade. Oh, yeah. I also have been thinking about adding some periwinkle or purple. I don't really love purple, but in a floral, I think it lends well. So I'm just continuing to build that color in the same cup. So just, building up, changing hue a little bit. I like to do that because I feel like it creates some sort of synergy. I am going to have to switch brushes eventually though, because it can start to look too samey, right? I'll switch brushes again, and then I'm just going to try to go a little willy-nilly with the green. I'll be right back. I'm gonna give my dog some food. Scoopies. I'll be right back, but I'm liking it so far. I am liking it. I want to add a little bit more yellow and a little bit of white, and then we will have to let that dry before I add any purples or anything like that, because otherwise they will just become really muddy. So let me clean off these brushes. I've been using this sketchbook to wipe brushes off. So we will do that. I have absolutely no room. So we'll just do it right here. And then I might draw on this and I might not. It might just be color. This sketchbook is just where I work out ideas and concepts, and I do this. And sometimes I draw right over that. You know, it's never wasted. As we know, paint is never wasted. But if I can get as much of it off here, then it's not going into the water, which is good for the environment. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, let's do a little yellow, because I'm feeling it, and a little white. I know what I wanted to do with the yellow. I don't know about you, but do you think about when you're working on a painting or paintings or artwork of any kind, are you thinking about it when you're not in the studio? I do. And so I had thought about this, like just a sort of a glaze of yellow. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah, ish. It's just a old credit card. Paint on the edge, scraped. It's nice because you can't control the marks. And then it's something to work off later. I'm just really like loading up the card on the edge like this. Oh yeah, that's nice. Just leaves some room for things to happen a little bit more organically. So keep thinking about that. Also, just adding more yellow in general. I do think this painting is a bit in response to the cold weather. My easel is not sturdy. I'm gonna have to work on that. I do like it so far. I'm gonna wipe this off and now do just a little bit of white, which you're probably like, it all started white. You're just gonna paint over it? Yep. I am. I'm gonna get kind of this is like a loosey, like this brush is kind of wiggly, and I get that, and I just wanted to, yeah. Especially if I'm gonna do flowers in here, I might really want some white to work from. I can get kind of perfectionist even in my mark making. And so just having a loose brush, holding it from the edge, and then not having a lot of control, it helps break up some of that like perfection. And you're like, this doesn't look perfect to me. But what I mean is like, there's perfect circles, and then the circles are outlined, and I get kind of, in the design of it as opposed to the freestyle painting of it. So this will help. Okay. I think that's where we're gonna leave it today. I think it's great. That'll all dry. This will all dry, and then I'll go in with the next layer, which might be scratching in where I want the rabbit, and then adding some darks, because it's all pretty much the same tone, which is lovely, but to have some depth, I gotta have some darks and some lights. Anyway, so put in some darks, sketch it out, put in some darks, and then start thinking about how I want the flowers. That might be the next step, or it might just be more of this. We shall see. It can take multiple layers of paint, so that's the fun part. Let me show you the necklaces I've been working on, and yeah, let's look at those, and I will try to deal with this. I'll show you this. It's a mess. This is the state of it. It's pretty messy. Let me work on that a little bit, and then we'll talk about the necklaces. Better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Oh. All right, these are the necklaces. So here's the finished one. So it's a tiny little canvas. I think they're like 2 by 2 or 1.5 by 1.5. We can measure it. A 2 by 2. Yeah, 2 by 2. And so they are sealed, it's varnished, and then I put a glue gunned felt on the back so that so when it's on you, it'll feel soft. The back of this would catch, I think. And so, yeah, so and then they're strung. My husband drilled the holes, and then I strung this satin cord. I guess that's what it is, satin cord. But I think they're so cute. They're so cute. And so here are all of the finished pieces, and I will then string all of these. It's kind of a pain. You have to tape the end of the cord and then use pliers to kind of pull it through, but it's fine. But I really love how they all turned out. They're all really different, similar-ish but different, and just really fun. The edges are, I signed it on the side. The edges are all done, and they're all really different in that way, but I just think they're so cute. Yeah, I can't wait to wear them, actually. I can't wait to wear them because I just think there's my little blue bear, you know. It just really just pops out so good. So good. There had been paintings I had done on these for another project that I just never did anything with. So these are all painted over. I can show you that. Hold on, I have to get my cat down. I had done this project where I had painted all these mini canvases. It's a prototype of my husband's for these. But I never really did anything with them. I don't really love it. It's, you know, it's not, I don't love it. Anyway, but, so I had these, so I didn't have to buy anything except the cord. And now I have so much cord, I could make a ton of them. Anyway, I'm excited. I think they're so cute. Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen anyone do this, but I'm sure someone's done it before. But I think they're fun. So I'm excited to wear them. I think, I don't know, they're silly and fun and bright. I know you only ever really see me in this sweater because my house is very cold. And so when I'm at home, I'm just always in this sweater. But when I go out in the world, I like to wear like bright colors and have like something interesting. I have a whole collection of bandanas. I have like, just try to have always a pop of something fun anyway. And I think these are kind of fun. And yeah, I think it's great. And I'm excited about this painting. I think that we'll see how it goes. I just feel like some spring paintings might be nice. I have a smaller canvas above that big canvas on my easel. And I don't know, I might, make a companion piece. I don't know. But right now, that's what I'm doing. That's what I got. And I'll keep going. I did draw in my sketchbook for 30 days. And I'm filling that up quickly. So we'll have a sketchbook tour pretty soon. I've ordered some supplies that should be coming. I think they got delayed because of the snow. I don't know. Maybe they're in the mailbox. I don't know. I can't get to the mailbox because it's ice. So yeah, we'll see what in 2 weeks happens between now and then. And I hope whatever you're up to, you're having a good time and taking some time for yourself and just exploring. I think that part of doing this canvas for me, it was really soothing. The colors might not be soothing or the design, but just putting the paint on. I listened to my book club book and I just was painting. And it just was really lovely, you know, not being online, just having a moment in the studio. And I think that's really a nice thing. And so hopefully you're going to get to do that too. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks for coming.